And it's a kind of discussion, right? One of you can take the yes, two of you can take the no, or two of you can take the no, or one of you can take the yes. And you have to defend your side, right? Okay. No, you. Right? Now, what is not good is to choose the same one, okay? All right? So after I say the statement, I will say, who goes for a yes?
Okay.
And if I see two of you raising hand, one of you will definitely be the no, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So the first statement is education should be improved in Mexico.
Yes.
So the three of you say yes. Okay, I will take the no.
All right.
Okay, so you say yes. Okay, Cynthia, why do you say yes? What do you know about education in Mexico then?
I think that education in Mexico is really bad in the public way because they...
Oh, you mean the public system?
yes, in
All
the
right.
public system. Because, well, in both sides, in public system and also in some of the private college or
private schools.
Yes. And I think that it must to be regulated.
What do you mean? It must be.
It must be regulated all the
regulated
the course and how are the kids improving their
progress.
The progress of their grades.
Oh, okay.
I think that.
So what you're saying is that the authorities should follow the children's progress in their evaluations?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's necessary to expand. How can I say?
Oh, it's necessary to demand.
To demand them to get better in that way.
Okay, so it's necessary to demand that they be better.
Yes.
Right.
And to help children that have difficulties with their assignments.
Okay. So, and also to help children who have difficulty learning something.
Yes.
Okay, so how about you, Diana?
Well, I'm totally sure that education must be improved in Mexico because of the many appraisals, international appraisals. For example, in the OECD, Mexico is in the lowest place.
Oh, the OECD.
Yeah.
Right.
OECD.
The organization for
I don't know in English.
development.
And Mexico is in the lowest place in lecture and mathematics.
Okay, what do you mean by
in reading?
By lecture?
I'm sorry, in reading.
Oh,
yes,
in reading.
In reading.
Do you know what a lecture is?
In the Bible, when
lecturer is a person that is giving a discourse.
Okay, a lecture is a class in university in which you have a teacher in front talking and talking and talking. You students are taking notes, right? And then at the end you can ask questions. That's a lecture.
Yes.
And that's how they give you classes in the States, right? Through lectures. A lecture can also be a conference.
Yes.
Right? Okay, continue, Diana.
And for example, in the public system, there are many times that teachers do not come to classes and students.
So they are currently absent from classes.
Yes, they are currently absent, and obviously this gives students a bad standard, and to all Mexicans, this is difficult for us to compete in the world because the government do not give us that qualifications.
Okay, what do you mean by qualifications?
Don't give us the opportunities to get a good or good qualified education or well qualified.
Okay, qualified education, I can take it as, yes. I understand it, thank you. How about you, AnaKaren? You said, yes, yes.
I mean, I do agree with what my partner said about all.
Or you agree
Yes.
on what they said?
On what they said. And just in addition, I think, for example, it is a small example, the policemen that now rule our country. They are so bad because...
Oh, you mean the policemen?
Policemen, yes, the cops, policemen.
Uh-huh.
I think because, like, we were discussing that in another class, and it's because of the education. They can't, like, have higher expectations, because in the towns they studied, the schools are really bad, and I don't think it's fair that if you have money, you can't, I mean, if you can afford a good school, you'll have a good education, and you have quality teachers. And if you don't, you maybe a girl of 17 years old will give you the classes, the courses, the classes. Yes. So I think, like, and all the materials, you know, like for us, you can have mini iPads and all that technological, but for them,
all that technology, right?
IT, technology. But for them, I think it's not fair. So all that, like, it's more than they have of the citizens. They have a bad education, so they can't go and, you know, like they say, they don't even interest to read a book because...
Or they are not even interested in reading a book.
In reading a book, yes. So I think first, and it's all the problem since ever of Mexico, they have to have equality opportunities, and then they improve the education.
Okay. In a way, or in some way, I agree with you. But there's something I think is reality, okay? One aspect of reality is the kind of education that is offered in private schools is a kind of education that has the most advantageous aspects so that students can learn the most, right? I think the public system can improve, but not to the extent of the kind of education you are receiving, for example, because it would be like something revolutionary, right? First, there's no way we can compare the kinds of teachers they have with the ones private schools have, right? There are excellent teachers in the public system, all right? I've been to seminars and all that. And the fact that a lot of technology can be used in this kind of system, for example, the tech, can be used, is an advantage that in some public schools, no matter the efforts they make, they won't have it. Just because some of the teachers don't want to just learn how to use the devices. And if they don't want to learn, there's no way they can teach it to students, right? If the teacher is willing to do it, they will do it. So I agree with you in a way, but not completely, okay? So, I mean, that's what I think. I hope one of you counters me.
You're right saying, like, the education we receive is, I think, really good. But you say, yes, in public schools there are good teachers, but they are not enough, you know? I think that's the thing. And there are persons who are more, like, interested in a wage, because, you know, you have to give food to your family. So if they say...
Oh, you mean a salary?
Salary, yes.
A salary, because a wage is the money a manual worker receives, okay? In a factory, for example.
Okay.
When it's a professional person, it's a salary.
Sorry. salary.
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes you have to, choose. And if they say you can be an English teacher in Tec de Monterrey, or you can be an English teacher in a, small school, we don't have like all that devices and things.
All those devices.
All those devices. You might say the other one, but I think not the rest of the people, of the teachers. They would choose a public school.
Okay. All right. So I think we have finished now.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Moni.